All right, rapid fire. This is how we make the blog. All these things. So yeah, so this is the blog for Sunday morning. Any other blog is edited this way. You just create new instead of duplicating, which is what we're going to do today. So when you log into Squarespace at Grace Lutheran PSL, this is what it comes to. I'm going to explain some terminology real fast so that you understand what's happening. There's something I call the hero image. This right here, as you see on this, the Seeing Emmaus image, this is called the hero image. If we scroll down to the bottom of the page, you see all of these is what's been happening at Grace. All these are hero images. All that stuff. The text underneath them here, this is the hero text under the image. This is just the standard title over there. So hero image, hero text, standard title. So that's what I want you to know. And we see that as these things are everywhere. Kids underneath here. You go down to the blog section down here, hero text, standard title, hero image. So let's go and look at editing a blog here. So we see that we have pages. You want to go to pages, scroll down till you get to not linked, and then news. This is the blog editor. You can click on any of these blogs. This goes all the way back to when we first started using Squarespace back in 2016. All these blog entries here. So you can click on any of these. As you see, as you hover over them, you'll get these three dots. When you click one of those three dots, you see settings, duplicate, or delete. Settings we'll talk about in a little bit. It'll be in a different spot, but we'll talk about it. But what we want to do is we want to duplicate. So we're going to duplicate last week's because that's what we're going to do. And so we duplicate that, and it shows up right here. And you can tell it's duplicate because it says copy right here. So we come up to the top, and we hit the edit button right there. And then the first thing we do is we change our title. So we're going to call it Chris is Gone, right? But also Seeing Emmaus. So we have that there. And then we have the copy, and we need to get rid of copy there. The way I like to structure my titles, especially for the Sunday one, is I tell in these brackets exactly what it is. So you have Sunday, and then you have the sermon title, which for this one it's called Chris is Gone, Seeing Emmaus, and then a dash, and then the series title right over there. To edit the title, you don't need to click the site header. And that's the site header. That's all this Home Watch God stuff. This is the logo. This is not the site editor. I know it's weird, but it's just the way it is. You got to click on just underneath that in order to be able to edit it. Right underneath the title, you have all this information. Service, Sunday sermons, news, May 11th. All this stuff is edited in the blog settings, the blog entry settings. Okay, so right underneath here, we have the first graphic. Here we need to change this one. So what you can do is you click on it. You can double click on it if you want. It comes up here. Or you can just click away, that goes away. Or you can click on it and this little subtext menu shows up here. You can click edit and it brings that right up. We need to replace this, so we replace it. Now normally you can just upload the file, as we can see right here, but I don't have this file on my computer and we've already uploaded it today. So we hit replace, select from library, and as this loads up here, you will begin to see there it is. So we just need one of these with this play button on it, because this is what takes us to YouTube. This is what takes people to the live stream. Remember, we want to drive people. This is the only link that people ever know to go to this stream here, is right here. We want to drive traffic to this link so that if there's a problem, traffic's already being driven to just right here. So once we change that, and that's changed, then we want to change the link right here. So we'll remove the link, and I know you won't be able to see this, but I'm just going to the YouTube page and copying the link from that Sunday. You know how to do that. Attach the link there and put it in, and then you're good to go. I hit enter to get into this, and you can just click away over there. Now we need to change the description from this Sunday. So off screen again, I'm going to the bulletin, and I'm going to the sermon and the description, and I'm copying the sermon description, and I'm coming up here, and I'm just copy and paste. I'm just pasting the new one on there just like that. Then we need to change the bulletin the bulletin link here. So this one we need to change to the 18th because that's what's coming up. And we need to remove this link because we need to have the link for this current one. So on another page, I am copying the link over. Remember, when you are doing this, you need to change the general access for the bulletin. You need to change it from restricted to anyone with the link, right? And make sure that they are a viewer. You copy that link and hit done and come over here, attach link, click inside here, paste it over, and boom, there it is, right? So you got that right there. Then you have the questions. Again, off screen, we are in the bulletin. We go to where the bulletin it is. I'm not real sure if we're going to have questions. I don't think so. But Ed has talked about how we may want to put something there anyway. So we put those questions in there for this week, and we clean this up a little bit in here, and there we go. And then we have this the songs for the week. I don't think we're going to be doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete it, and you just click on it and you hit delete. If we keep on doing it, you just keep it on the page. It doesn't really matter. So this is basically done. Now we need to edit the hero stuff, all that. So you go to settings. Now there's a couple ways that you can get to settings in this thing. You can either click above the title, above this edit site header, all the way up here. You can click on that, which is what we'll do, or you can hit save over here and then click it on the blog menu that's over there. So we'll click it right up here. You click that and it brings up this, and look, here's the hero image. Squarespace calls it the featured image. It's probably a better word for it, but you know, I like to do my own thing. So remove image. We want to put it someone new. And again, you could just add this from your computer, or you can do this search for images and you have my library. And this time we do not want the one that shows us the plus button. We want the one that says it says just Sunday service on the side. It's number 2, you know. So you click add, it'll add it right there. The other thing we want to do is we want to get from the bulletin again, we want to get our description of the sermon. So we go in here and we put the description of the sermon right in there. Then we continue to scroll down and you get to the post URL. This is the post URL. It's important. So for like this week coming up, it is week 3. When you copy it, it always adds this gobbledygook on the end of it. So you got to go in here, delete all the gobbledygook, and then put in what you want it to be. I am going to say that I don't know why it's forcing me to do these things. It should be 3, but I'm going to say we're on 26. So I'm just going to call this one 26, and we're done with that. We then go over to the options section. There's a couple things about the blog's options that I want to tell you about really fast. Tags and categories. You see the current tag on this is Resurrected Way. That's the current sermon series. You can add tags anyway here. You just change it with the sermon series. You don't have to worry about that too much. Categories is one you got to worry a little bit more about, but not too much. You can see we have this one currently categorized as news, sermon, Sunday, and service. Those all seem to be a Sunday page one. But let's say that we were making a blog entry for kids stuff, and we wanted to add a category for kids. Right here, we click this, and we begin to type kids, and we put kids right in there. But since we don't actually want it, we want to get rid of that. We hit that. We hit the kids check mark, and we hit delete. It's not exactly obvious, but there it is. We hit back. Now here's what I want you to pay attention to, this status right here. Status is currently in draft. Now what I like to do is I like to hit published here, and that is published. It's not schedule, but we want to post date it, right? Like we want to date it for the future here. We're like Marty McFly. You hit the 18th is the coming up Sunday, because when it tells the date, I don't want people to be confused. So much about this website is just dealing with people being confused. I don't understand, Pastor, why the date says it was Friday when the service was actually Sunday. These are emails that I've gotten multiple times. And so here we hit publish and we hit the date. We don't have to do this on other ones, but it's good to do it here. And you're set like that. You just hit back, you look, there's nothing else you need to do, and you hit save. It is now published. You can do don't tell me this again. It is published and ready to go, and it's all done. You hit save, and then you hit exit, and you can see that it's right here. Chris Gone, like seeing Emmaus, and the link works and all that stuff. And that's how you make the Sunday blog. Thanks.